What's up, YouTube universe? This is Prino back with another fat loss tip. Now before we get started, please subscribe and do me a favor and like this video, and remember to share with your friends and family that really need this information. How to burn belly fat fast. I say belly fat because a lot of people struggle with belly fat. Generally, you'll be burning total body fat. Now after this video, you'll be using your stored fat for fuel. Before we get started, I'd like to get a little scientific and talk about how your body manages fat that is stored and the fat that is burned up for energy. Now please watch this video till the end as it uncovers why you tried but were not able to lose fat. The food that we eat on a daily basis have the nutrient carbohydrates. Now all foods contains fat, protein, and carbohydrates. Different types of food have a different amount of each. Bread contains carbohydrates and some protein and hardly any fat at all, while meat is largely protein and fat and no carbohydrates. Now when you eat carbohydrates, they get digested and turned into a form of sugar in your bloodstream. This sugar is called glucose. It is this glucose that is used for energy by your body. Now glucose levels in the blood need to be balanced. If there's too much or too little, things could get dangerous. Now your body uses a smart process of storing away any extra glucose when there's too much. This is done by sending insulin around the blood, which tells the muscles and the fat cells to absorb some glucose from the blood. The body does this until the glucose levels are at a safe amount. Now glucose gets stored by your muscles as glycogen and used immediately or stored to use later on. Now glucose is also stored by your fat cells for future use. Muscles are limited to how much they can store. If there's a lot of extra glucose, then most of it will need to go to your fat cells. If you don't eat for a while, say a couple of hours, then you have little to no insulin in your blood and your fat cells are free to release the stored glucose back into the bloodstream. This happens only when there's no insulin present. The idea behind this is that if there's insulin, there's already enough glucose in the blood. Now because of that, the fat cells are not to release glucose. So when there's no insulin, the fat cells are free to release glucose as energy into the bloodstream for you to use. That is when fat burning begins. Now if you eat another meal or snack with carbohydrates, insulin is released in the blood so that your blood balances your blood sugar levels again. For some people, this is a process that happens a couple of times a day. That is why some diets require you to eat 5 to 6 meals a day so that your blood sugar levels are balanced. But that doesn't explain why we gain fat and how we can burn it up again. Now when you have a healthy metabolism, it takes little insulin to bring your blood sugar down and everything goes back to normal. But over time, muscle cells and the fat cells become resistant to the effects of insulin. When that happens, insulin is talking, but the cells are just not listening. So the body releases more insulin. Then you find that your insulin is so high just to keep your blood sugar normal even when you're not eating any carbs. And that's when everything goes crazy. It drives the glucose to your fat cells and all of a sudden, bam, you're fat. Now in order to burn fat, you need to make sure that your insulin is as low as possible. You can do that by a keto diet or intermittent fasting. An easy way to do this is to skip breakfast and exercise on an empty stomach so that your body taps into the stored fat as energy. That way, you burn fat quicker. Doing that and creating a calorie deficit, you'll be on your way to your dream body in no time. Alright, so that's it for this video. Please subscribe for more videos like this and remember to like and share. Now if you have any questions, leave a comment below. And if you're over the age of 35 and overweight, check the link below for help. Now if you like the beat, it's produced by my boy Perez. That's Focus Point Volume 1.